David's Tea is a Canadian retailer of specialty tea, offering over 135 blends of loose leaf and packaged teas and accessories. They currently have 190 stores in Canada, 50 in the US, and also offer their products on their website. They have recently expanded onto Amazon and into a Canadian supermarket chain. Their stores are easily identifiable by the teal David's Tea logo and the modern design. Its business model is based on innovation, quality, and customer service, and it strives to make tea a multi-sensory experience by facilitating interaction with their products in their stores and ensuring their teas are innovative and taste as good as they smell. David's Tea is headquartered in Quebec. They don't own or operate any tea estates or blending operations, but source their teas from vendors around the world. The majority of these are then blended in either Germany or the US before being shipped to a distribution center in either Quebec or New York. Their products are typically shipped to stores or e-commerce customer via a third-party transportation provider. They have a strong merchandising team that designs and develops the majority of their products in-house. This allows them to be better positioned to create novel and exciting designs and respond quickly to new trends. David's Tea has expanded exponentially since its first store opened in 2008. However, in recent years, its sales growth has slowed down, and the tea market as a whole in Canada is forecasted to reduce by 1% per year over the coming years. Furthermore, expansion plans in the US has slowed down, while the company takes a step back to truly understand the difference between Canadian and the US consumer taste. David's Tea needs to find a way to recapture its past market growth and reposition itself as an attractive investment proposition. Their competitive advantage lies in their ability to provide an inviting retail environment, great tasting teas, and innovative tea-related products. We believe that a market-seeking expansion into Dubai could provide the answer for their current challenge. Tea is the second most consumed drink after water in the UAE. It imports over 83,000 tons of tea annually, and it is estimated the 2018 tea market at $17 million with year-on-year growth expected to exceed 5%. However, the tea culture is moving away from the traditional old-school way and is transitioning to one where UAE millennials are seeking out trendy and often healthy exotic teas in easy-to-access, welcoming environments. We believe that the trendy David's Tea brand, combined with its extensive tea blend and merchandising selection, is uniquely placed to take advantage of this change in consumer preferences and tap into the values of the UAE culture. We have chosen Dubai as the entry point for David's Tea in the UAE. Using a repeatable model, it is proposed to set up 2 initial outlets in Dubai to test concept before potential further expansion throughout the UAE. In Dubai, women tend to hang out during the day at malls and get together with their friends. The younger generation in Dubai also spends a lot of their time socializing, and particularly are always looking for new hip spots and brands into town to be seen at and associated with. David's Tea has the mission to bring people together, and we believe community culture in Dubai and tea culture is aligned with David's Tea mission. Dubai also has a large British population, which provides additional stimulus for the tea culture and is a major travel destination for the rest of the world. Raising brand awareness in Dubai will also serve to raise David's Tea's brands with other countries too. Furthermore, Dubai houses the DMCC Tea Center, located to strengthen the tea trade in Dubai. This will be a valuable tool as David's Tea expands.
Whilst the market potential in Dubai is clear, there are a number of specific areas that also need to be taken into consideration. At present, local investment law states that overseas business persons in non-free UAE zone areas can own no more than 49% of the company. This does not apply to designated free zones. Outside of these areas, David's Tea would have to enter into a partnership with a local company or individual in order to be able to operate. However, this law is currently under review, and the government is expected to lift the restriction for the majority of sectors in early 2019. Companies inside the free zones also benefit from no customs duties, 0% corporation tax, and 100% repatriation of profits. It is not clear if these benefits will also transfer when the law is changed. There are only specific types of companies that can be registered in the UAE, including a joint liability company and limited liability company. Product import requirements require the labeling of the ingredients in Arabic with manufacture and expiry dates in indelible ink. Other potential barriers to entry include differences in language, law, culture, and political. The use of a local partner should help to limit potential added costs from these barriers. The Dubai dirham is pegged to the US dollar. This means that there will be no additional exposure to currency changes than David's Tea currently experiences. Considering these aspects, including the pending regulatory changes, David's Tea should still enter Dubai via a classic joint venture with a local company. The UAE company will provide critical local knowledge on the market, law, business etiquette, hiring practices, and will have a pre-existing network in the region. When expanding into the U.S., David's Tea now recognizes that it did not spend enough time understanding the differences in consumer tastes and preferences compared to the Canadian market. A local partner will be able to advise to prevent this from happening again. We have identified two possible partners for David's Tea. Al-Shaya is a leading operator of global shopping, dining, and leisure brands in the Middle East, in North Africa, Russia, Turkey, and Europe. It has successfully introduced and expanded the Starbucks brand across the UAE, and if the partnership is successful, could assist in further global expansion. Bin Handy is a business conglomerate engaged in various sectors including hospitality, fashion, and real estate, specifically in the UAE. It has successfully introduced Second Cup, a Canadian coffee brand, to the Middle East. This experience will be particularly beneficial to David's Tea, as Bin Handy will already have an understanding of Canadian business culture and how to translate that to the Middle East. We believe that while Starbucks and Second Cup are indirect competitors of David's Tea, there is still a space in the market that both of these companies would be interested in meeting. David's Tea needs to develop its brand awareness in Dubai and test out its concepts in the Dubai market before committing to widespread expansion in the UAE. This was a lesson learned from the USA entry. The key is for David's Tea to create ultra-visually enticing stores that are social media friendly in order to attract new customers online and offline. The stores should be modern in feel, hip in a refined way, detail and decor, and the vibrant theme should be everywhere. The Dubai airport is one of the busiest airports in the world and offers an almost captive audience. There are no other tea-focused outlets in the airport, and the bright, modern David's Tea colors will attract customers and make it an attractive location for David's Tea to start to build up brand awareness, both in Dubai and with international travelers. Dubai Mall also offers a unique opportunity. Spending time at the mall is an important part of the Dubai social scene, and the Dubai Mall attracts over 54 million visitors every year. There are currently a number of coffee outlets in the Dubai Mall, and only one tea-focused cafe. There is also one store that sells its own proprietary tea blends, but does not offer beverages for consumption in the store. Both of the tea vendors identified target an older demographic with a more traditional, old-style branding. Whilst David's Tea would ultimately love to attract some of these customers, they are not in direct competition, as its target market is that of young millennials. Recognizing the tea and coffee drinking culture in Dubai, the David's Tea outlets will differ slightly from those in Canada and feature a large seated area for customers to enjoy David's Tea beverages and snacks. David's Tea products will also be made available on Amazon's recently acquired Souk.com, a site that commands an estimated 4/5 of the Middle East and North Africa e-commerce market. David's Tea should follow a global product strategy with some local standardization. The tea blends and accessories offered in Dubai will be predominantly the same products offered in Canada and the USA. However, they will also offer a small number of tea blends specially adapted for local preferences. They will also develop specialty lines of tea accessories with Arabic-influenced designs. All product lines transferred from the Canadian and U.S. markets will be checked to ensure that none of the tea names could offend or be interpreted in a negative way for the brand. The local partner will be integral in getting this right. David's Tea will utilize international pricing and will base their prices around their brand positions, their costs, competitors' costs, and value to customers. David's Tea currently pitches itself at a slightly higher price level than Starbucks in Canada and the US. This pricing strategy should be maintained in Dubai, as the higher price, while still accessible to a wide market, signals the trendy position of the brand when compared to other more commonplace chains. David's Tea will utilize a predominantly same advertisement framework for its paper advertising campaigns. It will utilize the majority of the same adverts in lifestyle magazines in Dubai as it does in Canada, changing only the language. In recognition of the media culture in Dubai, they will also use popular local social media influencers that are familiar with the Dubai culture to help build their brand awareness. Working with a local partner will help David's Tea to overcome typical international advertising challenges, such as language and cultural barriers. It will also help identify influential social media influencers in the region. David's Tea will also heavily promote the health benefits of their products that are in line with the health-conscious millennials in the region. Tea sales are typically cyclical, with the majority of merchandise sales during festive periods. David's Tea will aim to open up its outlets in the third quarter of the year in order to build brand awareness over the months before gift-giving periods. David's Tea functional departments such as product development, innovation, merchandising, real estate, and supply chain are centrally located at their headquarters. Each outlet then has a store manager that reports to a district manager, who reports to a regional and the national manager located in that country. David's Tea should utilize a federalist structure for its expansion into Dubai. A country manager will be appointed to represent Dubai. This position will initially be occupied by someone that has worked in David's Tea for a significant period of time, who understands and can communicate the brand and its culture, and who also has connections within the company. It is important that they're also culturally aware and will be able to build up a relationship with the partner, be a brand ambassador, and create their own connections within the region, whilst also representing the country with the head office. It is envisioned that the position will eventually become occupied by a local as the team and brand becomes established in the region and David's Tea culture is installed. Initially, store managers will report directly to the country manager and will, along with the shop staff positions, be filled by locals. An HR manager familiar with the local practices will be appointed. All other functions will be led by the head office. Locally adapted advertising aspects will be managed by a local agency that is familiar with the region. The local partner is expected to provide significant input on this area, but sign-off by the head office will still be required. As the number of outlets expands in the region, district manager positions will be introduced. All corporate David's Tea processes and procedures will be followed, unless they are in contradiction with local law or religious practices. At this time, the R&D and manufacturing of David's Tea blends and merchandise will remain centrally located and distributed out to Dubai. However, the development teams will specifically hire someone from the region to assist with understanding and developing blends for the UAE tastes and preferences. David's Tea's entry into Dubai can open the door to the UAE and broader Middle East market. This strategy, done right, can increase their market share and revenue.